How's it going, everybody? This is RBT, and here I am starting my little series where I predict all the BCS bowl games. I'm going to be uploading one a day for this week, more than likely, so that I'll cover them all. There's 5 BCS bowls, and next week I'm going to be doing the sim predictions, but for the BCS bowls, and I'll probably upload one of those a day too. Try to stretch it out a little bit so I'll have that stuff to upload every day since college football season is over. But I'm going to go ahead and start this series today, and what better to start with in the BCS National Championship between the University of Alabama and Notre Dame. And it's going to be hard as I can be to stay unbiased in this prediction. As you all know that I've been making my preview videos for Alabama games all year, and I've been kind of biased in those. And it's going to be tough, but you all know in my videos I'm not one of those trash talkers who just spits out retarded facts. I actually put logical input into my games. I'm serious about it. If you watch my Titans videos, you know that I'm for real with what I put out there. I don't lie. I say exactly what I think is going to happen, and I'm gonna try to do my best in this video. But when you look at both teams, they're even or close to even in just about every area. The biggest gap in talent from both teams is on the offensive line. That's definite. I mean, Alabama has the most dominant run blocking offensive line that I've seen in my lifetime. Pass protection, not so much, but edge goes to Alabama. Linebackers, you could say even. Secondary, probably one of the few spots that Notre Dame has the edge. Receivers, probably even. Maybe some can make a case for Notre Dame, but I go even right now. Quarterback position, even. Offensive line definitely goes to Alabama. Running backs, it's even. I mean, defensive line, even. Special teams, not too much sure how Notre Dame's fared in the special teams game this year, but obviously hasn't been too bad. Both teams great up front. They're 1-2 in scoring defense. Notre Dame with 10.3 points a game, and Alabama sitting at about 11 right now. To be exact, it is 10.7. So both this is going to be a low scoring game, I believe. I don't think it's going to be like a 10-point, like one team wins 7-3 or something like that. I think it's going to be a low scoring, decent game. And both teams, like I said, have great quarterbacks. AJ McCarron doesn't make mistakes. Everett Golson can get outside the pocket. And that's the one thing as an Alabama fan that scares me about Notre Dame. We struggle against quarterbacks that can avoid the rush, that can get outside the pocket and find receivers downfield. Because that's the one thing that we lack. We lack a pass rusher. We have to bring various guys to get pressure on the quarterback. We don't have the one guy that can disrupt the offensive line and get to the quarterback. And that's why quarterbacks, if they can roll outside the pocket and get time, they can always find a guy downfield. Because it's kind of hard as a secondary to cover many receivers for about 7 seconds. And that's what a lot of quarterbacks have been given this year if we don't bring a confusing blitz package. So I think there will be a few plays where Everett Golson gets outside the pocket and beats us downfield. And that's where the only way I can see Notre Dame scoring this game. I think the biggest or the worst position for Notre Dame is the matchup between our defensive line and their offensive line. The offensive line is the weakest link of their team, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Notre Dame's would be willing to admit that. And I think we're going to be able to stop the run quite easily. And I think when we stop the run, that we'll be able to. Man, I'm trying to stay so unbiased. That we'll be able to. I think we'll be able to contain Everett Golson. I really do. I don't think his arm can beat us, but like I said, I don't think his arm alone can beat us, but when he can get outside the pocket, that's when we'll have a chance to beat us. I think we will be able to run alright against Notre Dame. Definitely not as great as we did against Georgia. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen, but I mean, I think our offensive line could definitely match up with anybody's defensive line in the country, honestly, because like I said, the most dominant offensive line I've seen in my lifetime, blocking for the run. Passing, like I said, not so much. We definitely struggle in pass protection. Nick Saban admitted himself that the reason we ran the ball so much in the second half of the Georgia game is because we couldn't protect against we couldn't deal with their pass rush. I mean, that's the one weak link of our offense is the pass protection. And AJ McCarron, sometimes when he gets rushed and gets forced outside the pocket, he gets too fidgety in the pocket. He afraid to throw downfield and make mistakes. I mean, that one in the SEC championship game, I only recall him throwing down the field one time or twice. And they were both to Amari Cooper. One was when he was wide open. One was a bad decision, but he gave Amari Cooper a chance to go up and make the play, and he made the play, so nobody really talked about it that much. But only 2 times he threw the ball downfield that game. And I think a big part of that is he does not want to make mistakes. But like I said, the teams even just about every single category. But I think where Alabama wins this game is the 2 lines. I think we'll be able to overpower the defensive line because we could overpower any defensive line. And I think that, I mean, we're experienced in the national championship. We've been there 3 times in the last 4 years. We know what it takes to win the national championship. Notre Dame hasn't been there a long time. This is Brian Kelly's first ever national championship as a head coach. All these players haven't been there, and all our players have been there, some even twice, some 3 times. So we're experienced. Notre Dame isn't talent alone. Alabama has the edge on the offensive line compared to every other area. So I say Alabama wins this game. I'm going to go 21-13 Alabama in this game. It's going to be a matchup for the ages. 2 of the most traditionally based colleges, universities in the United States. It's going to be Oregon college football. It's going to be a matchup for the ages. 2 wonderful teams, 2 great defenses. Don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those guys that are like Notre Dame. They don't blow out anybody in their team. The only the only statistic that matters in college football or in football in general or in sports in general is a win or a loss. If you win your game 3-0 against China State Community Research College, 3-0 is a win. It might not be impressive, but if you go on next week to beat number 1 LSU 10-7, it's a win. That's all that matters. And as long as you win, you're better than your opponent, and can't be proven otherwise. I mean, people say that Notre Dame doesn't have talent, doesn't have a good defense, doesn't have a good quarterback, doesn't have an explosive offense. None of that matters. LSU does. I mean, Notre Dame, I think they have a better offense than what their points are. How many points they're scoring a game. I mean, if you watch their games, they struggle when they get on they struggle when they get in field goal range, and they kick a lot of field goals. They struggle particularly in the red zone and scoring, not so much in defense. They're excellent in the red zone on defense, but when they get red zone scoring, it's going to be a big factor in this game because Alabama is one of the best teams in the country in scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Notre Dame, not so much. I'm not sure the exact statistic, but from just watching their games, I have noticed that they struggle to score touchdowns once they get in the red zone. But they do score points, but not touchdowns. But like I said, 21-13 Alabama. I think we win this game. Notre Dame's a great team, second best team in the country, I believe. A little homer in me, but that's what I believe. Let me know what you think below in the comment section. Let me know who you think's going to win this game. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. Everett Golson and that Notre Dame team is going to be a scary team in the years to come, but I do think this time in Miami, we pay Notre Dame for those times they beat us with Bear Bryant as our head coach, and we get number 15 national championship. And when we get that, sewed onto that banner along with the last year's national championship. I still haven't got that sewed on there yet, but we'll have to look into that. So thank you guys for watching. Comment below. Let me know what you think of my prediction, and let me know what your prediction is. And as always, roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Peace.